Hi everyone, greetings to you. I'm so glad to have you here with me. I'm glad you took the bold step to purchase this course. So this is a virtual assistant course where you move from being a beginner to getting close deals with the client. So as you can see from this slide, right, um, you can see that the lady there is with, I don't know if it's a lady though, but with a pen and a book. So it's like telling you that you also need one too as well. Okay, so we have the table of contents, right, which is streamlined into different modules for this course. Who a VA is, why they're on high demand, the skills that is required to be one, and so forth. So yeah, my name is Choice Dapper. I'm a recruitment specialist of over 4 years now, also a virtual assistant 1 year. So I help businesses to stay organized and making sure that operations run smoothly. I created this course to also share my knowledge on what I have been taught, and I have also learned while dealing with a client. Okay, so this course is for stay-at-home moms, students, professionals who want to upskill and earn. All right, so moving on, we'll start the course now. So the one of this course is an introduction to what virtual assistant is. So we'll be looking at who is a virtual assistant. So yeah, a virtual assistant is someone who offers professional support services to businesses, entrepreneurs, or busy individuals remotely using online without being physically present in the office. So for this role, the person involved will be handling tasks at home, right? So you don't have to be in an office. You can also be in a cafe and handle your client's tasks, right? So it's not something that you have to be in the office, all right? So a way of it's a way of handling your client's tasks, right? So you work remotely from your home, your phone, or you can use your phone or anywhere with your internet. So let's say imagine a small business owner who is overwhelmed with her emails piled up, she forgets to post on Instagram, she forgets to, go for meetings, right? So that's where you come in as a virtual assistant. So this is what you're going to do, like you're like a reminder to this client, right? So you can help your client to manage her email, schedule her appointments, and even create simple social media posts. Okay, so that's what some of your tasks, yeah, would be. Okay, so some common things that a virtual assistant does is checking and replying of emails, booking appointments or travel, posting on social media, responding to customers, doing research, entering data. You do like a bit of data entry, right? You create simple documents or designs, and so much more. All right, so the best part of this is you do not need a degree to be a virtual assistant. You don't need to be super techy. You don't even need a laptop to start. All right, but what you do need is a willingness to learn, good communication skills, and a heart to serve. So now you know that being a virtual assistant is about helping others using the skills you already have. All right. So, like I said, being a virtual assistant is about helping others using the skills you already have. Okay, so in the next lesson, we'll talk about why virtual assistants are in so high demand and how this industry can create massive opportunities for you, even if you're just starting out. Okay, so why are virtual assistants in high demand? More and more people and businesses are, they are moving online, right? That means they need help, okay? And um, they don't want to hire full-time staff or pay for big offices, okay? So what they do is they hire virtual assistants, like, people like you, right? these businesses, they are startup and they need people that can help them to run the business, and they bring in virtual assistants who can support them, right? So like said that businesses are growing online these days, okay, and they need your support. So entrepreneurs want to focus on strategy, not admin work, so they leave the admin work for the virtual assistants, right? Not um not them doing all the work. So they just like um break down the work and give some parts to the virtual assistant to work on. Hiring a virtual assistant is more affordable than hiring a full-time staff, right? So being a virtual assistant, it's when hiring a virtual assistant, it is more affordable than having a full staff running the process, right? So it's best to have a virtual assistant on the side. Okay, so the next reason is people want help, but they want it flexible and remote, right? They don't, want the staff to be in the office. Probably they've not even like opened or had an office. So it's best for these virtual assistants to, work from home, which is, yeah, that's what virtual assistants do, they work from home, right? So it's a flexible process. Okay, so let's say for example, right? Let's say a football coach, right? In the US is too busy to, manage his inbox. Okay, so he hires a virtual assistant. Let's say use Uganda for example, right? To check his mails all the way from the US, and he needs a virtual assistant that's in Uganda or a virtual assistant that's in Nigeria to help him to, check his emails. That's for example, right? Every morning, please, this is your task to check my emails, right? Or let's say a fashion brand in Lagos is getting too busy, like, getting so many DMs on Instagram, on Facebook. So they hire a virtual assistant to, help with customer replies and other tracking. Okay, so these are like real jobs, real money, real opportunities, and they happen daily. So this is where the virtual assistant comes in to help to make the process easier for the clients. All right, and the best part here is you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. Like I said earlier, this role, you don't need a degree to start. Okay, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be so experienced to start, right? You just need to be willing to show up. Be willing to show up when the client needs you, right? Be willing to show up to showcase your skills. You've learned this, right? We'll go more further. Okay, this is something you're learning. This is something that you grow in. All right, so you have to have the willingness to show up, to learn and offer value. It is very, very important. Offering of value. That's what the client is looking at. The value that you bring to the work. You're the solution. Like, you're the solution that someone is really praying for right now. Okay. You're the solution that a client needs at this moment. So you have to take the bull by the horn. All right. This is what you're learning right now. And before you know it, you're an expert. Like, this is why this course is here. From being a beginner to being booked, like, you close deals with clients, like you get that congratulation message. Okay, so now virtual assistants are in demand because the world is changing, right? And people need people really, because in this life you really need to have that connection. You need to network, you need to meet people, right? So there's no isolation. People need people. Okay, so in our next lesson, I'm going to show you the different types of virtual assistants. Okay, so yeah, what are the types of virtual assistant niches, right? So first of all, we'll go with what is a niche. Okay, so I might just like give you like few minutes to think about it. What is a niche? Like, what is a niche basically? So a niche is simply your area of focus, the kind of work or tasks you enjoy doing the most. That's what a niche is. Picking a niche helps you to stand out, and it makes it easier for you, you know, it makes it easier for the right clients to find you because you know the particular area that you have strength in. Okay, you know the particular area that you're good at, so it's easier for clients to find you. It's easier because that is your strength. Okay, so some examples, like some of the most popular virtual assistant niches, we have administrative virtual assistant. Here you help the client stay organized, okay, by handling things like emails, calendar scheduling, booking appointments, document formatting, basic data entry, right? That's what you do for the client. So this is perfect for you if you're organized and you love planning, okay? So another niche is social media virtual assistant. Yeah, you help the businesses to grow online, by creating and scheduling posts. Okay, you write captions, you reply to comments, to DMs, managing content calendars. You know, this is great if you enjoy Instagram, social media, TikTok, Canva and creativity. Okay, so the next niche is tech virtual assistants. So for a tech virtual assistant, you know, what you do is you help to set up tools and systems like, email marketing platforms like MailChimp, Convert Kit. You also, do some automations. You create course platforms. We have Teachable, Kajabi as well. Okay. You also, build websites, give website updates. That's what a tech virtual assistant is about. This is ideal if you are a bit techy, right? And you love to figure things out. So for a content virtual assistant, she supports with writing and editing things like blog posts, email newsletters, ebooks or guides, transcriptions. All right. So this is a great fit if you love writing, storytelling, copywriting, right? This is part of it as a content virtual assistant, or even proofreading. If you like proofreading, right? This is the niche you should face. As an e-commerce virtual assistant, you assist online stores by listing products, managing orders, answering customers' questions, updating inventory. Okay, so if you're organized, you love, helping to run things smoothly, right? So this e-commerce virtual assistant niche is for you. So these are like the most popular, virtual assistant niches. Okay. So you don't have to be 100% sure about it today. Okay, but what I want you to, I want you to like choose about two or three niches that sounds exciting, okay? That sounds exciting or natural to you. All right. You don't have to, know what the exact thing is. But if you do, that's fine. Okay. So don't worry, we'll learn more about each one as we go on, okay? And yes, you can change your niche later. If anyone is thinking about that right now, definitely you can. You can do that. Later on, you can change your niche. Okay. All right. So yeah, the goal of this lesson is for you to know your options. You have to know your options. You have to know your strength. You have to know you have to you have to think, analyze, these are the skills that I'm conversant with. These are the skills that I hold there to myself, that if anybody wakes me up now, like I'm sleeping and someone wakes me up, yes, I can do it. Okay. So the lesson here is very simple. Know your options, pick your starting points, start imagining how you fit in into the virtual assistant world. Start thinking like, yes, I'm in it already. Like that is what you should be thinking about right now. I'm in it already. I am there. Hmm? So you have to, like, know your options, analyze, think like, okay. So yeah, I'm good in organizing things, right? I'm good in email, email management, calendar management. I'm good with content. So yeah, I'm good with content. That means yes, I can be a content virtual assistant. I love social media a lot. Me and TikTok, we are flatmates. All right, you know, as an administrative virtual assistant, email management, travel management, scheduling of appointments, events. I'm there. It's my calling. All right, so that's what we should take from this. So yeah, for me, when I started as a virtual assistant, right? When I took the course, that was earlier, um, last year. I think December, January thereabouts. So yeah, when I took the course, I know that the niche that I will face, the niche that I have embodied, if I can use that word, is being an admin virtual assistant because um, I know that I have skills in email management, calendar management, traveling, scheduling of appointments, right? So I knew that this is what I'll be facing. This is what I have to do. So the first client I got was, in further videos, you'll see um, where I spoke about what happened in the client's email. But I can still talk about it now, right? So what happened was she had like mismatched events. It was a lot, right? Her calendar, let's not even go there. So she had like events on Outlook calendar and she also had events on the Google calendar. So she always missed out on appointments. To be honest with you guys, she always missed out on appointments that um there were no buffers to also give her space to get ready for the next event. Okay, so for example, she has like an event for 3 p.m. that ends by 4 p.m. and she has another event for three let's say 3:30, and there was no like space of an hour to let her um rest a bit, or just drink water and prepare herself for the next event or the next meeting. Okay, so I had to make sure that I go back and sync the both calendars together and make sure that I arrange it properly for her. And also I had to like speak to those that she missed their events and spoke to them if they can reschedule, and um we move on with what was planned initially, and most of them accepted, right? So it was like a win-win situation. Right? So yeah, so that was the niche that I took in for myself, because I know that I have the experience. Even as a recruiter, you handle emails, there's calendar management when it comes to scheduling candidates for interviews. So it's something that I'm used to. It's something I know. So I just knew that yes, this is where I fall in. Okay, and even as an HR personnel, I started as an admin. So yeah, so it just fell into place for me. All right. So I want you to, think carefully about this niche and, choose which one is best for you. Okay. Not because someone is doing it, you say, yes, I can do it. No. Know your strength and choose that which is for you. All right. So we'll be moving to the next model for this course, which is talking about you discovering your skills and also, choosing your niche and identifying your clients. So yes, we've spoken about the niche. All right, I'm sure most of us have thought about it and know what your niche is. So yeah, you'll be identifying your skills, your passion. All right. Um, So far, yeah, we've talked about who a virtual assistant is, while being a virtual assistant is on high demand, the different types of virtual assistant niches. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to you know, identify your skills, you know, your passion, so that you can find your sweet spot as a virtual assistant. Okay, guys. So yeah, let's move right into it. Identify your skills and match them. Okay. So what are skills? Okay. What are skills? What are skills? What are skills? Skills are the things you know how to do, either because you've done them before or you've learned them somewhere. Okay, is what you know how to do. Like I said before, I knew that I could do calendar management. I knew that I could schedule appointments. I knew that I could handle emails, right? This is a skill. It's something you know how to do or you've learned. You've learned on the job. Okay? So those are skills, right? Or another example, maybe you are the go-to person in your circle, your clique of friends, when someone needs help, organizing a party, booking flights, or writing a caption. You think about it, that's a clue, right? You probably have strong organization and communication skills, or maybe you love being on Canva, you love playing with colors or designing flyers for friends. That's creativity, guys. That is creativity. That's a skill. Okay. So, or are you the type, you love planning things or writing lists? Do you enjoy chatting with people and helping them to solve their problems? You know, that's communication. Do you always find yourself creating flyers, like we said before? That's creativity. These are clues. These are the clues that you need. These are the clues. These are everyday things that can turn into real virtual assistant services. These are the things that you can turn to use it to earn, to make money. Okay? So some beginner, friendly virtual assistant skills. Okay. We have typing. We have typing or writing skills, right? Because the client can say, can you type fast? It can be in the job description. Can you type fast? And they will make sure that there's a test for you to know if you can type fast or not. So it's a skill. Typing fast is a skill. It's one of the things that the clients look at. Okay. So yeah, we've really talked about organizational skills, right? You know how to organize stuff, right? Online research, make research online, and create a data for it. Okay, Google Workspace, you know how to use spreadsheets, Google Docs, the Drive. You know, these are the things you look at. You know how to communicate effectively. All right, so these are the skills you have to look inward. All right. So our next example 4, if you know how to use Instagram, engage with people, you know, you can help businesses to manage their social media accounts. That's the job of a social media virtual assistant. So I'm trying to expand this so that, excuse me, so that you know where your strength lies and you focus on that. This is what helps the client to find you easily, and you know that you have the experience in that, you can do it. Okay. So another example is customer support and organization. You've worked as a customer service representative. You just love to help people, right? You offer customer support, order tracking, response to messages. That's perfect. This can go in as an e-commerce virtual assistant or an admin virtual assistant. All right. So another example is if you're familiar with Google Docs, Google Sheets, Trello, Asana, Zapier, that sort of thing. So these tools are used in almost every business, right? You should know about, if you don't know though, know about Zapier. These are project management tools. They help you in managing your tasks, like your to do, your doings, and your completed tasks. So this is where you like fill them in. We have ClickUp, Monday.com, Asana, Zapier, okay, Trello as well. All right. So if you're already using these tools, you can help with tax management. Like I said earlier, that's where you impute your tax, right? Tax management, project support, or document formatting. This can come in as a tech virtual assistant, also an admin assistant, virtual assistant, sorry, because as an admin virtual assistant, you can also use this tool as well. Okay. So I want you to, take three of your strongest skills from the lessons that we had and also ask yourself, all right, what services could I offer with this skill, right? What type of business, what type of business owner would need this skill that I have? What virtual assistant niche does this fit into? So these are the questions you ask yourself. I'll repeat it again. Number one, what service could I offer with this skill? We spoke on how to identify your skills. So you have to think about it, where your strength lies, and you you identify them and you match them up. So number two is what type of business owner will need this skill that I have? And number three, what virtual assistant niche does this fit into? What virtual assistant niche does this skill fit into? Is it admin? Is it social media? Is it content virtual assistant? Is it e-commerce virtual assistant? Is it tech virtual assistant? So you have to know where this fits in. All right. So this is how you go from I don't know to where do I start? Okay. So we don't run, we don't come in here and say I don't know what to do. So now we've moved from I don't know to where do I start from? All right. So I know what I can offer. All right. So that's what we're dealing with now. I know what I can offer. I know what I can do. I know what I can, what skill that I can give to these clients. That's where we are right now. Okay. So we know how to identify our skills. We also know the niche that we're supposed to choose. So now we'll be going into how do we identify our clients. So the simplest way to identify your clients is knowing what kind of business or person would benefit from the skills you have. So you know that this is your, like, let's call your target client, right? Because this is the person that you're supposed to um this is the person that you're supposed to work with. So you already know your skills, you already know that this is the niche I want to focus on. So when applying for jobs, you know what you're applying for. When rendering your service to the client, service package and all, you know what you're going to send as your service package to the client. Okay, so that's what it means to identify your client. All right. So let's write your niche and ID client clearly. All right. So for example, let's say I am a social media virtual assistant who helps female coaches to write, to create content, schedule posts, and stay consistent online. So you know that this is where I'm going to focus on. These are the people or the clients I'm going to meet. It must not necessarily be a coach. All right, it can be a fashion brand. They have to be online, right, showcasing that this is their brand, this is what they're about. So yeah, so that is it. All right. So why this matters is when you choose a niche and your ID clients, you know exactly what services to focus on. You attract clients faster because your message is clearer. You know that yes, this is what I'm focusing on. These are the clients I'm supposed to meet. These are the clients that are even supposed to come to me. These are the people I'm attracting. Okay. So it also helps to build confidence and expertise faster because you're already skilled, or you know that yes, I already know these things, right? So remember that clarity attracts confidence. You have to be clear about what you want. Okay. So and confidence also attracts clients, right? So now you've chosen your niche and your ID client. So guess what, guys? You're no longer just trying. You're no longer trying to be a virtual assistant. Okay. So you're building a brand. You're building a brand. Okay. You're building a business. You're building a reputation. So do not take it for granted. Okay. So in the next lesson, we'll talk about um how to craft, your services, the prices, the package, all right. So we're talking about how to set up your virtual assistant business. Okay. Right. So some tools. First, let's talk about some tools that you need. Okay, some tools, some essential tools, and how to use them. All right. So we have some list of essential tools that every beginner as a virtual assistant you should explore on these tools, right? There'll be explanations as well on how you can use these tools, on how you can master them. Okay. So you just pick the ones that align with your services and you start practicing. It's very important to practice. You just don't do this course and you just lay back. You have to practice. All right. Practice makes perfect. I'm sure we've heard of that before. So you have to practice so that you'll be better and better in it. All right. Some essential tools. We have communication tools. We have the Gmail, right? We have WhatsApp, we have Zoom, we have Google Meet. So for the Gmail is used in sending professional emails, receiving clients brief, setting up automated responses. This helps to keep you professional, okay? So for WhatsApp, like I have a client that we communicate mostly on WhatsApp, right? She hardly okay, I don't handle her emails, so it's just whatever task she has asked me to do, I communicate with her via WhatsApp. So we use WhatsApp for fast, real-time communication with clients, right? It's ideal for updates, like I said, I share updates with my clients, file sharing, and short messaging. Many clients prefer instant messaging apps, okay? Like my clients, she prefers WhatsApp. All right. So we also have like Zoom or Google Meet. So for Zoom and Google Meet, it's used for virtual meetings, onboarding calls, or regular check-ins. This helps you build trust and stay aligned with your client. So you have meetings with your client via the Zoom or Google Meets. Okay, you guys can, if it's something that you guys want to like, share files, share your screen and talk about something, yes, you can use the Zoom or Google Meets. There's also Microsoft Teams as well. You can use that, but it depends on what your client wants to use. So next we have project management tools. Earlier I spoke about ClickUp, Trello, Asana, right? If you can remember. So for Trello, you can use Trello to create boards and task cards to organize your work, to track deadlines and collaborate with clients. You can also use that to track with your teams, to your other colleagues too. So you can also add them on the Trello app if that's what your client wants. If there are other people that you guys work with that your client wants you to add them, yes, you can add them, right? This helps to keep you and your client on the same page. Like your client knows what you're doing, so he or she goes there and see, yeah, okay, these are the tasks that has been done, these are the tasks that you guys are working on, these are the tasks that you need to do. So you fill them on these project management tools. They all, work in line. All right. Yeah, so you can use Calendly to schedule meetings, without having the back and forth of messaging. Clients can can book based on your availability. So like I just say your client also has a client, right? So your client can you can book based on your client's availability. So um send a message to the other client that this is when my client is going to be available for this event or meeting. All right. So we also have like the Google Travel Wartime Buddy. So for the Google Travel, it helps you to organize and manage travel itineraries, flights, hotel bookings, and confirmations. For the Wartime Buddy, it helps you to check time differences and schedule meetings with clients in different parts of the world. Okay. So the next tool we have is the file sharing and document tools. We have the Google Docs, which is you can use it to write blogs, um, reports or captions. Right, it's shareable. Okay, Google Docs can be shareable. You can even use it to um, write. You can even use it to for your CV or your for your CV, right? And for the Google Drive, it's used to store and share all types of files, documents, videos, designs. Dropbox is used to store and also share large files or folders with your clients, especially for video or design work. So the next tool we have is the content creation tools, which is Canva, for example. Um, Canva is used to design graphics, social media posts, flyers, and even ebooks. You can create stunning visuals without being a designer. All right, so that's what Canva is for. For CapCut, you can use it to edit short form videos. You can use it to edit reels. There's also InShots. Okay, you can use that as well. For Grammarly, you can use it to proofread or correct grammar, your spelling, your writing. Yes, Grammarly can be used for that. It helps to correct your spellings. So the next tool we have is time and productivity tools. We have Toggle or you call or Clockify. This is used to track how long tasks take. It's perfect for hourly pricing models. Okay, so this helps you to measure productivity and invoice accurately. Okay, so for Pomodoro timer, it is used in breaking work into focused 25-minute sessions with short breaks. Okay, that's what this timer is used for. It helps to increase focus and reduce burnout, right? So the next tool we have is client payment and proposal tools. Yes. Canva. Yes. You can use Canva to design simple service brochures, proposals, portfolios, right? The proposals, the portfolios that you create, you can use Canva that you have to send to your client. You can use Canva to create that. This helps you to, showcase your professionalism from day one. All right. Like I said earlier, you don't have to be a designer to know how to use Canva. You can do it. Um, for PayPal, you used to receive payments, Paystar too used to receive payment, Remitly. You can use Remitly to receive payments from foreign clients. Okay, if you don't have PayPal, you can use Remitly. It works. All right. So I want you to pick like 3 to 5 tools based on your current special assistant niche, which I'm sure you should have known by now. Okay, so I want you to explore and I want you to explore these tools that has been spoken about today. For example, if you're a social media virtual assistant, you should know how to use the Canva, Google Docs, Trello. If you're an admin VA, you should know how to use Gmail, Google Calendar, Clockify, right? If you're a content virtual assistant, Notion, Grammarly, Canva as well. Also, as a travel virtual assistant, which is also part of the admin work, you should know how to use Gmail, Triplets, and Google Drive. So, for those who want to take this into a full-time business, okay, so you're going to create your first service package. I'll be discussing what a service package is, steps on how to create it, and your pricing offers. So, a service package is simply what you do, how you do it, and you include what you'll be offering to the clients and how much it's going to cost. Okay, so it's like a product on a shelf. The clearer it is, the easier it is for someone to pick it up and say, yes, I want this, right? So that's what a service package is. So the steps on how to create a service package. The first step is to choose about 1 to 3 services based on the skills that you have. We've spoken about what skills are, how you can identify your skills and match them up. So now these skills that you know that yes, you have this experience, right? So what you're going to do, you choose the services you want to offer based on the skills that you have already. Let's say, for example, as an admin virtual assistant, you're into inbox organization, calendar, scheduling, data entry, right? So, based on the skills you have, this is the service you're going to render as being an admin virtual assistant, right? So, step two, you define what's included in the package, right? What are you going to deliver? What are you delivering to your clients? So that's what is going to be in the package. What's included in the package, right? So let's say you chose social media, right? So the essentials of what's going to be in the package would be like um let's say for example 3 posts per week, scheduled on Instagram or Facebook, monthly content plan in Google Sheets, right? So that's what's going to be in the package. That's what yes, this is what you're going to deliver to the client, right? You should have this in a document, okay? You can use Google Docs to create that. So the third step is you have to set a duration, right? You have to clarify how often and for how long you provide the service. Is it 3 times a week? Is it for 1 month, right? Is it daily for 2 hours per day, Monday to Friday, that sort of thing. So you're going to put it on duration. So the first step is to set a beginner friendly price, right? Be honest with your current experience, start with a fair price. All right. So you should not overshoot and also downplay yourself. Okay. So you have to search what the market is like. What am I going to like? What price am I going to give to my clients that yes, most virtual assistants are using at this time, right? So that's what you're going to do. Okay. Let's say for example $50 for 10 graphics and 5 captions, or you say 10,000 naira for weekly calendar scheduling and reminders, that sort of thing. Okay. When you also get testimonials and experience, you can use that to raise your rates. Let's say for Upwork, for example, yeah, you have to, like when you're applying, you're supposed to put your the price that you expect to get. Okay, so looking at other virtual assistants that's been in the business for a long time, right? So you check what they're using at that point. This price is it between $5 to $7. Okay, that I'm going to put mine in $6, or I'm going to leave it at $5. Do you understand? You don't have to overshoot yourself, so that when the client sees it, they'll say, okay, fine, I can work with this person. Okay. So when pricing, right, don't forget that you have to consider how long the tax will take you. Are you paying for Canva Pro, Grammarly, the internet? So you have to put all of that in mind, right? We'll be moving over to the next model now. In this module, we're talking about how to get your first clients. Okay, we'll discuss how to use WhatsApp, Instagram, LinkedIn to attract your clients as a virtual assistant. Also, client outreach templates that will be shared. How to pitch without sounding salesy. Okay, so yeah, for WhatsApp, right, you have to start with your circle. WhatsApp is personal, is direct, and it's where you already have people who trust you. So you start with WhatsApp. You know post about 2 to 3 stories per day. If you're doing like WhatsApp story marketing, just posts about what you do so that people will know that this is what you're working on at the moment, right? So we can also use broadcast list. When I started, I used a broadcast list. I was also saying I was going to do it for free for people, right? So that like it's I can, what I've learned, I won't forget it, right? So I sent a broadcast list to a lot of people on my WhatsApp so they could, see that this is what Choice is doing at the moment. So for Instagram, Instagram is a visual, is active, and it's where small business owners they hang out. So you have to like optimize your bio. Um you have to create simple content that you can post 3 to 4 times per week. You engage with other people too. Just as it goes for LinkedIn as well. You have to engage with people on LinkedIn, follow, comment on people's posts, right? So for this process, I have like final tips for you. When you're doing these processes, right, you have to show up consistently. You have to be yourself. You don't need to be perfect. Okay, just be helpful. Use clear language. Say what you do in a way a 10-year-old will understand. Okay, so start with service, give tips, show what you do, and make it easy for people to reach you. Okay, so at the end of every post you make sure that you bring a caption that says they should get back to you, a closing caption that they should get back to you, right? So challenge for the day. First, I want you to update your WhatsApp bio and post something on your status, right? um Number two, I want you to design one Instagram post about your service, and number three, comment on like 3 LinkedIn posts and send one friendly DM. Okay, remember that someone out there is praying, and they're looking for who's going to help them to run their business. So you have to start showcasing yourself, let people see you and know what you do. For client outreach templates, that will be shared at the later end of this video. So next is how to pitch without sounding salesy. First of all, you have to lead with value. Instead of, hey, I'm a virtual assistant, hire me. What you say is, I help busy founders reclaim 5 to 10 hours weekly by handling the admin tasks they don't have time for. Okay, you see how there's a difference, right? You just don't go like you're the boss already. No, you have to let them know what you do, how you're going to help them. Okay, give some data. So number two, what you do is make it conversational. Think of it like talking to a friend who is overwhelmed and you're offering a solution. Okay, instead of saying, let me manage your calendar and emails, what you try to say is, I noticed you mentioned being super swamped. Would it help if someone handled your calendar or your inbox? Okay, so that's much more better. Okay.
So yeah, for number three, always give compliments. It is very good to give compliments to people. Okay. So the second client I got was through compliments. I was always complimenting her on her post. Sometimes I even message her privately. I know it took her a while to respond to me, but you know, I was always reaching out. I comment on her posts, that sort of thing. And there was a time she posted that she needed a virtual assistant, and I went straight to her, answered all the questions she asked me, and boom, I got it. Okay. And later on, she also needed some employees for her company. Knowing that I'm a recruitment specialist, she was like, okay, fine. I have you here. You can also assist me in doing this. And I got it too. And she paid me for both services, like both services. So you see what compliments can do. It comes from being genuine, right? Thoughtful about somebody, you know. All right. So now for number four is, asking questions. When the client has given you room for you to, have that conversation, please make sure that you ask questions like, are you currently handling your content or admin tasks all by yourself? Have you ever worked with a virtual assistant before? These are the questions you ask. These kind of questions, it invites more conversation. It makes the conversation longer. So number five is for you to invite the client. Like you ask questions like, would you be available for a quick call, like a quick 15 minutes call to help you decide if support is what you need right now at the moment. Okay. So you have to be soft, you have to be soft, you have to be polite, you have to be professional about this. So for number six, I want you to have this mindset that you're not begging, you're offering help. Okay, you're solving real problems. You're saving people their time, their stress, relieving them of being burned out. Okay, so I want you to see it as you're offering help. It gives you confidence knowing that yes, I know how to do this task, I have the skills, I have the experience, and you know, helping these clients. Okay. So there are different types of pitches. We have the cold pitch, we have the warm pitch. So for the cold pitch, it's all about, it starts with the compliment, acknowledge the client's pain points, offer a soft invitation, not a hard sell, a soft invitation. One pitch is about is being casual, professional. It doesn't assume urgency. It's not about like, and you're not being urgent on the call. Okay, it makes it top of mind when the client now is, okay, I need a virtual assistant. Oh, this person reached out to me. Yeah. Okay, so it makes you to be at the top of their mind without any pressure. All right. So we also have like referral or recommendation pitch. So it's just like a gentle ask. It doesn't demand. You just, like, hey friend, if you ever come across anyone who's overwhelmed the back end admin or content scheduling or customer follow-ups, please feel free to send them to me, send them my way. Okay. So this is something that I even did recently, Seth, because I'm also looking for more clients, right? So I met with someone, she's a social media personnel, and I told her that yes, please, I need, people, I need clients. So the next model is the model 5, working with clients like a pro. Okay, so this is where you onboard the clients. It's just like, okay, you taking this virtual assistant into a business, you onboard your clients. Okay, right? There's communication, there's time management, there's delivering of great work, building long-term relationships. Okay, so mostly for this onboarding of clients is for people that wants to go into the virtual assistant business. All right. So it's like you welcoming the client, send welcome email, send your contracts, the service package, tell them about everything, the service agreement, sorry, so that it's something that is signed, and make sure that this is signed, this is a signed and closed deal before you start the work. Okay. So those don't just start like that. Make sure it is a closed deal. Okay, you tell them about your work time, just as it is in the service package. It's something they've seen, and yes, they find, they said they want to work with you. Okay, so the next step is communication and time management. So let's break it down. So this is communication tips is like you set expectations early. You let them know how often you update them. You don't have to wait for them before you update them. You use the right channels, Gmail, to send emails, WhatsApp for quick updates. It depends on what you and the client have discussed. All right. Trello, ClickUp for, for tasks, progress, let them know what is going on without, sometimes they might not come and ask you. They know that yes, Trello, we use it to update our tasks. Okay. So you respond within 24 hours. You honor the rest, you honor their messages, their emails. Be proactive. Don't just wait for the client to ask, right? Be proactive. Okay. So delivering of great work is it's a way of being their favorite virtual assistant. Okay, because you don't have to wait. You always, like, you have a touch of excellence in your work. Okay, you understand the objective, you understand what the client have asked you to do, and you also deliver on time. This makes you the best virtual assistant out there. Okay, so just have this at the back of your mind. You add touch of excellence. It's not just about cleaning their inbox, archiving and all. You also add labels. Okay, you also filter. That is it. So you'll always deliver with clarity. All right, this helps to build professional image and saves you from endless revisions. All right, so you also build long-term client relationship. This is, you cannot overemphasize on this because it is needed. Okay, so this helps because it talks about longevity. It's a long time thing because you always check on your clients when they travel. How was the trip? How is it going over there? You treat the business like it's your own. The client's business, you treat it like yours. Okay, you keep learning. You unlearn. You learn. You unlearn. You relearn. Okay, you keep learning. When there's a feedback from the client, you adjust. Okay, this makes the client to see that, oh, she's really, or he's really into this thing. He really wants to change, or she really wants to change. She's doing better now. Okay, be reliable, be friendly. Some of these clients, they need peace of mind. Okay, they need someone that will give them peace of mind. Like my own client, she reached out to me. She told me something personal. You can imagine. And I kept that dear to me. I was like, wow, so this woman could say this to me. You understand? So you have to always reach out to your clients, know how they're doing, talk to them, be professional too as well. Okay, be professional about all these things. All right, when it's their birthdays, you surprise them. Okay, you surprise them on their birthdays. You can even give them a gift. It's not, there's no harm in it, right? It is very, very important. Don't take all of this for granted. Oh. Before you even send your work, always proofread. Proofread your work before you send. You use Grammarly. We spoke about Grammarly. Use it to proofread. Check your work before you send it so that you'll not send the wrong thing. Okay? Make sure that you send the right thing. Deliver with clarity. Be sure on what you're delivering to your clients. Okay? Be positive about the work that you're even giving to your. If you see the work and you say, oh yes, fine, this I can even, if someone gives this to me, yes, I won't mark the person good, you're doing well. Okay, so that is it. All right, so now we have bonus. Guys, this is the bonus for you guys. Like, you've been here with me from the beginning to now. So these are the templates we have. These are the links below: how to pitch yourself as a virtual assistant, clients outreach templates, virtual assistant service template package, your CV cover letter templates, travel visual itinerary templates, travel itinerary checklist template. I also have a practical video for you. Okay, it's about email management, it's about calendar management, and so on. So this is the end. This is the end of the course. Wow, 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 wow. I am so happy. Wow, who is excited like me? Who is excited? We've come to the end of this course. But this is not the end, right? This is a start of your own journey. This is a start of how you meet with clients, you message them, you know, build that client's relationship. Okay, so this is not the end. This is not the end. This is the end of the course, but this is not the end of your career. Okay, so I really want to appreciate you all for taking your time to be a part of this course. All right, I'm sure you learned a lot. I'm sure it was exciting for you. All right, so everything that's been taught, please take notes and do it. Thank you very much.